Jullie zijn immer fi. We hebben een liefde van echo. Had u nooit zo rie, we go jullie may the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. You sit in your quiet living room after a long day, looking at your calm home, when a sudden cold shadow of worry creeps silently into your mind. Everything on the surface appears completely safe and orderly, yet an uneasy feeling tells you that your current stability might crumble away without warning tomorrow morning. You begin scanning every detail of your life, searching for hidden problems or subtle threats that could ruin your peaceful life. This constant background fear makes you feel as though you are standing entirely alone, forced to carry the weight of your entire future on your own shoulders. The warmth of the present moment vanishes completely, replaced by a deep exhaustion that leaves you feeling detached, restless, and utterly unguarded in a harsh world. The ancient weekly portion of Eikev addresses this exact inner panic by pointing directly to the hidden mechanics that govern our daily sense of personal safety. The text explains that when we rely solely on our own immediate sight, we mistakenly believe that our daily survival depends entirely on our own personal effort. This narrow focus creates a deep spiritual illusion, making us forget the constant unseen stream of life that sustains our physical body every single second. When you lose sight of this underlying reality, your mind naturally acts with fear, treating every small change in your circumstances as a dangerous threat. Understanding this fundamental misstep allows us to uncover why our thoughts spiral into panic, even when our outer world remains perfectly quiet and secure. The real difficulty is not the outer situation you face, but rather a sudden shift in how your inner awareness perceives the world around you. You begin to view your daily life through a dark lens of lack, believing that safety is something you must construct through your sheer force of will. You have to do it. The mistaken belief places an unbearable demand upon your mind, causing you to overthink every choice and double-check every outcome out of sheer anxiety. You exhaust your vital energy trying to secure tomorrow. Yet, no amount of human planning can ever quieten the deep fear resting inside your heart. Again, no human planning can ever quieten the deep fear resting inside your heart by treating yourself as the sole provider of your safety. You isolate your consciousness from the infinite source that actually holds your daily life together. The prophetic reading tied to this cycle speaks directly to this overwhelming feeling of being forgotten and left entirely to your own limited strength. The prophet Isaiah captures this exact human cry in the verse of Vatomer Zion Azovani Hashem V'Hashem Shechechani. But Zion said, "The Lord has forsaken me, and my Lord has forgotten me." This ancient verse describes the exact moment when human consciousness feels completely cut off from its divine origin, mistaking temporary silence for permanent abandonment. The prophetic response reassures us that this apparent separation is never real, but rather a purposeful pause designed to draw us into a deeper connection. By recognizing this spiritual dynamic, we can transform our perception of silence and see that the source remains present even when hidden from our view. In spiritual mechanics, this state of felt distance is known as Hester Panim. Hester Panim. Concealment of the face. Concealment of the face. Where the source intentionally veils its active presence. This veil does not mean the light has vanished, but rather that it is operating behind a protective screen, so your free choice can develop. The opposite state is He'arat Panim. He'arat Panim. Illumination of the face. Illumination of the face. Where the divine warmth flows openly and fills your mind with total clarity and absolute peace. When you fall into concealment, you mistake the outer shadow for reality, forgetting that the light is simply holding back to invite your conscious search. Understanding this distinction cures the glitch, because you realize that the concealment itself is an active act of love, guiding you back to truth. Consider a clean glass vessel filled with clear water resting on the table. Directly beneath a bright beam of natural sunlight streaming through the window. As long as the water remains completely still, the light passes straight through the glass, illuminating every single drop with perfect brilliance and clarity. If tiny particles of dust settle on the bottom of the glass, they remain invisible as long as the water stays undisturbed and calm. However, if you shake the vessel vigorously, you just give it a shake, the hidden dust instantly mixes and the liquid turning the entire container dark and cloudy. The sunlight outside has not weakened or vanished at all, yet the stirred particles inside the vessel temporarily block the beam from shining through. This simple glass vessel mirrors the exact operational build of our inner mind when you experience moments of spiritual hiddenness and anxiety. The bright sunlight represents the constant divine light, when the clear water is your tranquil consciousness designed to reflect that light into the world. When fear shakes your mind, hidden doubts stir up from the bottom, clouding your perception and making you believe the light is gone. You do not need to create new light or fight the cloudiness. You simply need to let your mind settle into a stillness once again. As soon as your thoughts quieten, the heavy particles sink back down and the clear light naturally shines yet again through your awareness without any effort. Now, still your thoughts and let your inner vessel settle completely as you speak these true words. I surrender my need to control tomorrow. I release the fear of hidden shadows, and I trust completely that divine light surrounds me even when my eyes cannot see it. So here's our internal challenge. This is how we anchor this architecture in our mind for this week. And we bring down heaven down to earth. It is entirely natural to feel overwhelmed when unseen worries cloud your thinking and make you feel utterly alone in your daily struggles. Again, it is absolutely normal to feel overwhelmed when unseen worries cloud your thinking and make you feel utterly alone in your daily struggles. Your mind seeks safety, so constant control. But true and real peace comes only when you train your awareness to recognize the hidden light behind the stillness. Recognize the light behind the stillness. Whenever panic strikes this week, pause immediately in your living room, quieten your mind, and firmly declare with your thought that every shadow is simply a temporary screen masking the steady light that sustains you every moment right now. We began with the heavy burden of feeling abandoned, carrying the entire weight of our future in complete isolation and fear. We discovered that this pain is not a true reflection of reality, but a temporary clouding of our inner awareness. The wisdom shows us that concealment is actually a purposeful invitation to quieten our thoughts and search for the deeper inner truth. By letting our inner vessel settle into peace, we allow the constant light to illuminate our mind once again with absolute clarity. Our objective this week is to maintain that quiet inner stillness, knowing with complete certainty that we are forever held by the source. That we are forever held by the source. Held and guarded. All the time. Every moment. Next week in Parshat Eikev, we will explore the profound power of choice and how seeing clarity opens the gates of real blessing. We will uncover how aligning your sight transforms every daily test into a direct channel of pure spiritual energy and continuous growth. Thank you very, very much for joining me on this deep journey into the inner architecture of your soul search and settlement today. May you walk through this coming week with an unshakable heart, resting in the quiet peace and seeing clear light in every step. I wish you deep clarity, true strength, and abundant blessing in all that you do. Abundant blessing in all that you do. I will see you hopefully next week, Bezrat Hashem, with God's will. For now, thank you very much for joining me. I truly and really appreciate it. All the very best, and I will see you soon. Thank you once again. All the very best. Thank you.